We're gonna be live from a certain point, so be ready, fellas. Okay.
Word.
All right, let's
Not live. I shouldn't say live.
get through this.
We're not gonna be like
Hot.
live. We're at hot mics
Yeah,
right now.
we're recording.
Okay, guys? Hot
Let's go.
mics. Welcome back to this. Not welcome back. I hate saying welcome back because I don't know if people are just checking this episode out or if they are a listener that have previously listened. So like, I'm just gonna start saying thanks for checking out this episode of the Vanflip podcast. Today, I am sitting here with the Massachusetts-based metalcore / deathcore / new whatever you want to call it band, Degrader. How you guys doing?
Chilling, living,
That's good. We got
COVID living.
three of you here tonight. So why don't we go down the line and introduce yourselves and what you do in the band?
Cool. Well, I'm Liam, and I do the singing, the vocals.
I'm Bryan, and I play the bass.
And I'm B, and I play guitar.
Nice. All right. So just chilling. He's a little laggy right now.
Yeah, let's go.
He's a little laggy on his side. But anyway, I thought it was kind of cool. Earlier this year, I actually got to see you guys when you guys came to town. You guys came down here and played Rain Dogs, and that was how I was introduced to you. So
That's crazy. Yeah, oh yeah.
you came with
'Cause you
Dead Culture.
tweeted after the show. We were in rough shape that show, man.
Rain Dogs, that was North Carolina?
No, in Jacksonville.
Yeah, it was North Florida.
Oh, okay,
When
yeah.
Billy
that's
and
where,
John came
yeah,
down.
when Billy and John came out. Yeah,
We were in rough shape.
Why
Oh,
was
we
that?
were in rough shape.
Because it had been a long tour or something, or you just were
No, just
hella wasted.
A
Dude,
long
yeah,
span.
yeah.
We just
That
did like
worked at the label
12.
hang.
Yeah, we did like 12 shows in a row leading up to that, and our first day off was in Florida, and I think that was the first show after the first day off. So we were like well rested, and we were hanging out. Some people from the label came out, brought us some drinks, and we were just having a good time kicking back.
Well, I mean,
Yeah,
it didn't. I
good
mean,
time.
maybe it helps. I don't know. That was my introduction to you guys, but
No,
it was you and
we
Dead
were having
Culture.
fun.
Word, yeah, that was a very fun tour. The only tour we got to do, actually, that's it.
I know.
Well, yeah, I was gonna say you guys kind of did some touring this year. You were kind of almost lucky, but was that?
I know.
Was that the end of that tour?
Yeah, I'm
then?
grateful for the.
And our tour didn't get cut off like everybody else's tour did. It ended like a week before lockdown. So that was like a whew. You know what I mean? We got to get through it, and then like it happened to everybody, and I felt so bad, but I was like, man, thank God we like got to finish ours, and it was sick. Oh.
So what have you guys been doing since then?
Made a record.
Yeah, we got the new record, and just writing more, and kind of just like in our own personal lives, like navigating this whole pandemic thing. You know, it's different for everybody, and it's even like a little like extra stressful to be in your own like, you know, band or business or whatever have you, and like try to like figure out like your game plan while all this is going on. It's just like interesting, you know. It's a unique obstacle.
Mm-hmm. Did you said you wrote a record, right, B?
Yes, it did.
Yeah.
And you guys released like a 2-song EP earlier this year or earlier in 2020.
I completely forgot we did that.
Oh yeah, that was
Surprise.
in the same year too.
Yeah. So we kind of dropped that out of nowhere. Just there had been pretty good chunk of time since our last record, and we had like gone through some member changes and kind of just felt like let's just put some music out. Like we did that tour and it went pretty well, and we were playing those new songs on that tour, and when the tour was over, we were just like, let's just put it out. You know what I mean? Let's just see what happens. And it was easily the best like received, you know, music we've ever put out. And we were in the studio doing our new record while we put that out. So like kind of like be working on something and then like get that like positive response back.
Yeah,
Gets you hyped.
and we were
up.
all together at the time.
Exactly.
So watching people react to it, watching people see if they liked it or they didn't like it.
It's just
So kinda
interesting. He's
just
still having a conversation, but doing other things. That's like the
Multitasking.
beauty of having the Apple AirPods in. You know what I mean?
Oh, you know, my Wi-Fi router fell down, so I'm like, maybe if I pick it up, I get better signal.
Well, you would think, hopefully, right?
Let's see.
So, but are those songs going to be on the new record, or is it like completely new material outside of what's released?
It's separate.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, that was just like a standalone 2-song single, if you will, kind of just to see where we're at. You know what I mean, in regards to the game. You know what I mean. We did a full length before these 2 songs back in 2019, and we weren't super stoked about where it left us off. So we took some time to kind of like reevaluate like what kind of band we wanted to be and what we wanted to sound like, and that's what those 2 songs like kind of represent. Like a new direction, kind of like new, not a new sound because it still holds a lot of the elements that we've kind of always had, but just a new approach to our own style. And putting those out and then working on the album, it was just a good feeling. We're kind of on the right track right now.
When you say that, do you mean like approaching it from a more professional standpoint, or how do you mean approaching it? Like, kind of elaborate, I guess.
I feel like as songwriters, that's where the growth has mostly been. Where before, it's always been like, I'll write a song, Josh will write a song. You know what I mean? We write our entire songs, and these new tracks were the first time that we were really working together as a unit and like implementing ideas together. It was also the first time that like our producer was like very actively like changing the songs and like working with us to like reach our like best potential. So that was definitely
the first 2 pre-pro days, like really productive days.
Yeah, for sure. It was cool to go into the studio and like we have like a lot of resources on our own, and we like to do a lot of our own demoing. Everybody knows how to like get stuff down on their own computer. So we went in like really prepared. Like we kind of like have our own idea of how these songs are going to go and how they're structured. And when you get in, and we worked with Matt Guglielmo at Graphic Nature, and he just, you know, he's like, all right, I'm going to play this for you. I changed some stuff up, and it's my first listen, you know, to my own song, and there's mad different stuff, but it just works. You know what I mean? So we really pushed as songwriters on this newer stuff and kind of like reapproached our sound in a better way. I wouldn't say different way, but a better way.
So is it recorded?
Oh, it's done.
It's done.
Oh, nice.
It's been done.
Yeah.
It's been done. We're
This
right.
was May.
Right.
Oh, right,
May
right.
2020 last year.
Right. I think. Have you guys announced your news? I know you earlier this week were announcing news. I didn't know if you announced.
When does this come? When is this going to drop?
This will drop
Next week.
next Tuesday.
Then yeah, we've announced it.
Okay. Yeah. So
it's going to be announced tomorrow.
Today's Wednesday, and we're about to tell everybody tomorrow. Well, I guess we're only telling. I might have just fucked it all up.
No, you can say. I mean, you can technically say it because no one will hear this until.
What's up?
Yeah, no one's going to hear it until the week after you announce it. So, like, if you announce it tomorrow, no one's going to hear it until Tuesday.
We're like announcing a single, but I mean, obviously, the single is going to be off a new record. So, we're announcing a single tomorrow with a new video, and we'll see what happens. I'm excited.
Do you guys have a release date for the full album yet?
I do. I can't remember off the top of my head.
Or a tentative time or anything like that?
No, it's
spring.
It's in March. I can't remember like off the exact top of my head. I can pull up an email and tell you right now.
Is that something that you can share publicly, no matter what you say? Okay.
Yeah, I
what
can.
Time it comes out.
Hold on.
So yeah, it's definitely recorded and probably ready to go in the can.
It's been a couple months. We've been holding on to it.
Nice.
Yep, we got the finals back in the summer, and then it was just all about waiting for the right time.
So did you guys just like when lockdown happened, you just were like, screw it, let's just capitalize and.
Yeah, well, we were planning on doing a record anyways.
Yeah, everything was already
booked. Then lockdown happened, and then we were like, "Oh fuck, how are we going to do this record in lockdown?" Because like, it was like the COVID was super intimidating at the start. Like,
because you guys are in New England still, right? Are you?
Yeah.
Did you record it around that area or?
No, we went down. Like, we did all the demos at home, like in lockdown and whatnot, and we also were writing a lot in advance, so we were like good to go for time. Excuse me. And then we went into lockdown, and we were going to Graphic Nature down in New Jersey. And we're like, man, where are we gonna be? Like, because it's lockdown.
Yeah, we had to get a bit creative with trying to be safe when doing it. So I live in Jersey. I'm about like 20 minutes away from the studio. So the boys actually lived in the van just outside of my house to kind of quarantine the band and my family, just because it was still like early quarantine, like it was vicious. So everything was kind of scary, kind of unknown.
Yeah, and you guys were like in like a hotbed area with like New York City and stuff.
Yeah, no, it was definitely sketchy.
That was what made it so intimidating. And like at the beginning of it all, like you really didn't know what to think, because there's all this different information coming from different sources, and like some people are saying it's not a big deal. Some people are saying it's like the biggest deal we've ever had in our lives. And you're just like, I'm not playing around with this.
Yeah.
So we quarantined in the van, and we called it like kind of almost felt like we were on tour, because we were just like sleeping in the van like every night. So we called it the Graphic Nature Tour. That was a cool 2 weeks.
Yeah. I was going to say, like, how long were you just camping out in the van? How many of you guys were living in the van?
3 of us in the van, and B got to be in his home. So that was nice.
Yeah, I just went inside.
Nice. All right, later, dudes.
Yeah, every night. No, I made sure they were taken care of.
You need like a pillow?
A couple weeks.
You want like an extra blanket? It's getting cold out here.
Right? No, it wasn't that bad. It was May. Was it May?
Yeah, it was pretty good.
It was nice. Like, it wasn't cold.
Nice.
It was like really good, like prime time, springtime. It was awesome.
Yeah, windows out or windows up.
I think living in those conditions also contributed to a lot of the record too, like a sound. I don't know. Like I listened back to the record and I just think about that time. Yeah.
The mentality, because working on the record at times was like emotionally like grueling. Because like it's just like you wake up, you get there, you clock in, you're working on it all day. You know what I mean? And there's a lot of times where like when you have 5 creative minds in one room, naturally people are gonna like butt heads. It should go this way, it should go that way. You know what I mean? And like things would get like tense, but it's only because like everybody feels passionate about the project and everybody wants it to be the best it can be, and our ideas of what could be the best are various at times. But yeah, like kind of like that whole like lockdown, like we're just like near each other all the time, like kind of like weird, stressful environment.
Yeah.
Not that it wasn't fun to work on or anything, or that it was like a negative experience. It was awesome. But kind of just like put that like worldly like feeling to it, if that makes sense.
Yeah. No, I get it. I mean, being on tour alone with the same people 24 hours a day, it can be taxing. Like, people who've never been on tour don't understand that. They think it might be like the funnest thing to go out with some of your friends for like a couple weeks, but then like they do it and it's like it's not as fun as you think. So I can only imagine what it's like recording a record, and I'm assuming you guys are around each other 24/7 in general just because of COVID, and then sleeping in the van every night.
Yeah, it presented a unique challenge.
It was cool though.
So many farts, you know what I mean?
I don't know too much.
I don't know. Oh no, yeah, you had the luxury of just like, all right, later. But
I'm the only one who was actually there, so I'm thinking about it. I'm like fucking dying over it. Because it was dark, man. But it molded the record in a way.
It did, yeah.
And
molded us.
Sometimes people say the things that suck at those times are the things you'll cherish later on.
Yes, exactly.
You can reflect back on it and laugh about it, and you get so much more out of that.
I just have to throw this out there that like, wow, while we were doing this, there's another kid named Carl who was in the band, and he was working on the record with us at the time, and he had these fucking socks, man. And they had his face.
Oh, Carl.
So I'm like, what the fuck are you wearing, dude? Like, oh, it's a gift from my grandma or something. Just like the most random thing ever. Like, so when we started talking about that, I just remember I was wearing those socks a lot. Shout out my boy Carl.
Carl with the socks. So do you guys have like an album title and everything? I mean, obviously you do, so I don't know if it's publicly announced.
Yep, it's going to be called Beautiful Lie.
Nice. And is it coming out under somebody, or are you putting it out yourself?
Nope, it's out through Modern Empire Records and on March 5th, so that'll be chill.
Nice.
Yeah.
I was looking up your just like information on the internet, and I noticed that in 2017, previous to my arrival, Lambgoat reviewed your last. Your last release from the Inside Out.
That's 2 releases ago, but yeah, it didn't do too well on Lambgoat.
No, yeah, they gave it a 5.5, which I was gonna say like I would have given it a little higher than that, personally, but you know,
thank you.
That's also at a time where, you know, because
that's so long ago.
Yeah, 2017 is like 3+ years ago, depending on when it was. That
feels like longer than 3 years. I feel like the band has aged a million times since then. But also, that record,
that sound.
Like, that was a priority music.
That was like a big transitional phase for Degrader because before that record, it was a completely different lineup, and like I wasn't singing; it was a different singer, different everything except for the drummer. And From the Inside Out was when Ryan joined the band, and the sound like hauled over to something completely different from what we had been doing. And I had never like done vocals on anything in my life until that, and I obviously had no idea what I was doing, and that definitely like reflects in the record. But it was like a learning experience, and we've definitely kind of like learned. Like I feel like everything we've done since has been like that, like same like main idea as far as like sound goes, but we've just like refined it with each release moving forward. And this new record is really like everything that I kind of envisioned for the band, like since like I became the singer, and like we kind of shifted direction. So it's cool to see how we've like grown since each release.
Nice. I was going to just say also the sound of like that record was not like quote unquote ahead of its time, but also that this genre has kind of grown in popularity.
It definitely has.
So, sure. You know, when I listen to it now, I probably take it in better than I would in 2017. That's, you know, but yeah, 5.5. So sorry.
Out of 10? Out of what? Out of 10?
Yeah, out of 10. That sucks, dude.
And and I can't even see who did the review.
I think like one of the notes was like they end every song with a slow down breakdown. And I was like, fuck, they got us.
I'm gonna pull it up. I'm gonna pull it up here.
Okay.
I'll read the bottom line for you.
Oh no.
Nice.
For the most part, Degrader plays simplistic metalcore with powerful vocals and plenty of mosh parts. While that formula will suffice for some, those in search of music that's a bit more engaging might want to look elsewhere.
Yeah, I feel like in a way that sentence alone tells you that the dude who listened to it doesn't listen to a lot of like metalcore or like metalcore. That sounds like kind of like an old head. No offense to whoever reviewed it. I'm sure you fucking could beat my ass, but kind of makes me feel like just wasn't listening with the right ears.
Well, you know, I mean? he did say sonically,
folks.
He goes sonically. Everything about this EP sounds completely professional and competent.
Oh, cool. All right, word.
Nice.
So he's not an idiot.
Yeah. Well, he also did shout out the vocals. You know, powerful vocals.
I know. I caught on.
Powerful.
That is like the one singular detail that I've held on to like since then, which is funny because I thought I sounded awful.
Yeah.
But goes to show.
It does. So, do you guys have like plans for coming up? I mean, like obviously you have the record coming out in March. So, like, do you guys have anything on the books? You know, like planned or
nothing planned, but we have been kicking around ideas of just how to do like a virtual concert or like a live stream kind of thing. We've just been kicking around our ideas. Priority has been lining up everything for the record to drop But now that that's in, our attention is going to be trying to some form of content for the year.
Glitched
You
out.
glitched for a second there, but
Is Mr. Robot.
we kind of got the gist of it, I think. Yeah, so everything's in motion for the record release, but you don't
planning
have
new stuff.
You don't have like tour dates coming up for like fall or anything like that, or
no. We haven't even really talked about it or like discussed that idea because, you know, like I said, we're still like navigating this whole thing in our personal lives. That's got to come first before, you know, we really like put the whole like touring thing back on the table. I feel like when we see other bands start to do it, we'll follow suit and we'll be like, okay, let's get out there.
Why, you don't want to be the first one?
Fuck no, dude.
I mean, technically, there's been some bands that have already played shows. Like, there's been shows.
That's so bad.
Yeah.
One singular input from saying that's bad.
That is bad.
That is bust. If you're playing shows, you're a fucking idiot.
Everyone
you're
needs
stupid.
to stay home.
Stay home. Stay the fuck home.
Nice. Yeah, there's been a couple shows, but there's been a couple countries that have festivals going on now too.
No, but those countries are so far ahead of us in response.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like they did it right.
Different world almost.
Like everyone like around here, like everyone in America is like lockdowns don't work. It's like, when did we really lock down? Like when did we really lock the fuck down?
We only did it for like, if I say 6 weeks, it might even, that might be a stretch. Yeah.
Maybe you locked down, but when did like the nation lock down?
He never
stopped working.
Sometime.
He was always. I'm talking about nobody working.
Oh yeah,
rent
never.
Like
never.
that's the only way that was like gonna get like properly responded to. Like back when like the first thing like hit. You know what I mean? Like had to be full lockdown. Like no one leaves their house. Don't go see your fucking neighbor, your fucking mom. You know what I mean? Lock the fuck down. I'm not gonna lie. I was hanging out with my friends a little bit here and there. We did a record. You know what I mean?
Right.
Bro, quarantine to do a record. I mean, we locked down at the same time.
We did it pretty safely, though.
Everybody did something. You know what I mean? To a certain degree. You know what I mean? So, whereas in other countries, they did it right. They were masking up. They were locking down. Countries, government was like taking care of them and like suspending rent, doing popular stimulus. And now they're doing shows out in down under. So, good for them.
Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah. They have like full-on festivals going on where they're making fun of, you know, not COVID, but they're making fun of like not having to be on restriction.
Yeah, I don't blame them. I would make fun of us too.
So, I mean, well, Fauci said, you know, recently this week that they're thinking maybe the fall.
I did see that. I think it was a tweet I saw.
You probably did. And I think, New York governor... I may have daydreamed this, but he may have said that he's bringing shows back in February.
No.
If you're sitting in front of a computer, if you're sitting in front of a computer, you should Google it right now.
Yeah, that don't even sound like something that would come out of Cuomo's mouth. I don't know. Shows back February. That's the search.
Broadway, like musicals.
Oh, just Broadway shows?
Broadway musicals.
Interesting.
So, I've been on the wrong Wi-Fi this whole time. Wow.
Well, hopefully we'll get it together.
That's sick.
That's about dude.
Yeah, well, that's kind of a plus, is it not?
Catch Degrader the musical coming up to do a theater.
I would do it, bro.
Yeah, just write a moving screenplay. You know, or not screenplay, and submit it to Broadway, and then
Jay probably could do it. Our drummer Jay is
like
super creative that way.
He would dead ass be the guy to do it.
So what would the Degrader musical be like, or Degrader screenplay be like?
What would our screenplay be like?
Would Carl have the socks?
Carl would have to be in it.
Yeah, make a cameo.
Oh my god.
Yeah, Carl would have the socks.
I think the socks would need to be like their own character, and they would have like a number in the musical.
Just the floating songs.
It would be like two people would play the socks, and they would do like a duet.
Nice.
Oh my!
Kind of like that. Mr. Hanky, Mr. Towel or Mr. Towley from.
I was literally like thinking like on
Mr.
some
Towley.
South Park type shit.
Yeah.
Oh,
Let me
my
see your eyes
God.
right now. Dude, you look like Mr. Towley a lot.
Oh yeah.
What?
So did you guys have any like touring plans that were canceled at all? I know your tour that you were on didn't get canceled, but did you have anything set up this year that, or not this year, but in 2020 that you were looking forward to that you were bummed didn't get to happen?
Since
I don't really think so, right? No. Luckily, the only thing we had planned for 2020 leading up after that tour that we got home was just studio time. So we got home from that tour in February and we went into the studio in May. So February to May was just really locking in on the writing of the songs and molding them into something that we could have went into the studio and all got in on it.
yeah, the idea
Just for
going
those who are only listening, he just went and grabbed like a bong from the overhead.
yeah.
The overhead.
The overhead cabinet in the background, which is hilarious. So we continue. I'm sorry, Liam.
No, you're good. Yeah, Degrader loves pot. It's true. What were we talking about?
2020 plans.
Oh.
Did
So
we have to cancel
the idea
anything?
going into the record was that we were going to be able to release this record in 2020 and then like do some touring off of that record. But obviously we locked down, so that's why we kind of have like the record's been done for so long and we've just been kind of sitting on it, being like, when do we drop it? Kind of held on the entire year and then felt like, 2021 early, let's just get it out the gate.
Yeah, and most of the year was still getting stuff done for the record. Like artwork took a couple months, merch designs took some time, getting the video shot and edited took some time. So even though we weren't physically touring, a lot of stuff was getting done behind the scenes. It was still a pretty productive year.
You bring up merch, and that's something like artwork and merch. That's something I wanted to bring up when I'm talking to you guys, because I find that like you guys' merch style and that new style of I don't want to say metalcore bands, but like the darker metalcore bands have this kind of like new kind of graphic style. That's like, where does that come from? Not that they're all the same. I don't want to say that they're all the same.
No, yeah, I think some of that contributes to a lot of people going to the same people designing their merch, but I just think like the band world merch consumer are getting a little bit pickier and they're trying to like get fresh with the clothing, not just like a graphic ugly band tee. Like people want these tees to get fresh with. So
yeah, the standard is being set higher and higher.
Raised. People are like, oh, what is this printed on? People care about shit like that.
Yeah, it's like streetwear. They want to treat it like streetwear.
Yeah, no, yeah, it's like
that's what it is. But you also have to look at it like if you're in a band and you're not thinking about your band in that context, like what's going to sell to people, like as far as like merch goes, then you're probably like not doing it the right way. I mean, if you're trying to like make money, you got to be thinking about it that way.
I want someone who, even if they don't even know who Degrader is, they see a shirt like, I would wear that just because it looks something like I'd wear.
It's a brand just as much as it is a band.
Yeah, and you guys are repping Champion like hard right now.
Yes.
Oh, we are, huh?
Oh no. Yeah, we are, and we've done some Champion shirts, and you know what? They sold really well, so I'll do them again.
No, yeah, of course. But also, it's like it does say something to like a fan, like because I'm also a fan of like stuff like that. So like to me as a fan of like this kind of music. And to see that kind of thought, I guess, put into it, because it doesn't necessarily raise the price of the shirt, for the most part, because you're kind of used to paying whatever. I'm assuming you guys charge what, like $25?
Something like that.
Yeah. So for just like a single print shirt, you're used to kind of paying that in general when even bands are doing cheaper shirts. So like you make a little less on it, but the quality lasts a lot longer. And then again, it'll sell. I don't want to say better, but it'll appeal to a lot more.
Mm-hmm.
Not saying that there aren't niches, bulk of people that just would have like the random graphic tee that you were talking about, Bryan.
Yeah. No, disrespect or discredit to that. I just think that the style and the appeal of the people who are actually buying the merch is changing.
Yeah, they're becoming more woke to the what's hip.
Sure.
Yeah. They're trying to dress nicer.
Well, the internet's
getting
helping that.
Creative, and the stuff like you can even notice now in the early 2021 stages that like the main style is like shifting a little bit, and bands are like going for like more like different types of merch.
The long sleeve with the print down the side is big the last like year, like couple years.
I love that.
Yeah, I mean,
pocket tees were like a big thing for a little while.
Yeah,
tees pockets, those are sick.
The fanny pack, the custom fanny pack was a big thing.
Oh yeah, the bags were cool.
That was the hot item of like 2019. Fanny pack.
Is there going to be a Degrader Supreme collab or what?
No, we're probably going to do kendamas.
Oh my god!
Nice. I saw you fucking with it earlier beforehand.
Yeah.
I have a couple on top of that.
Do you guys just like film yourself doing videos for your Instagram?
No, I did when I had.
Do you have a separate Instagram
I got really into it. So that's a funny story. Shout out our homies in Sigil out in Vegas. So we did a couple shows with this band called Sigil, and on the last show of the little run that we did together, they were fooling around with these kendamas like the whole like run or whatever, and I was like kind of fooling around with one of them, and this dude was like, "Yo, if you hit this trick right now, like I'm gonna give you one." And I was like, "Oh shit, pressure's on!" And I hit it, and then they just like came out their van with like mad kendamas, and they just like gifted us on one. And then I just got addicted in quarantine. I got addicted, and my stimulus check hit, and I bought like 10. I bought like 10 like nice ones. I got one. Oh, that was probably terrible for the mic.
It was nice.
I got this right here. It's my boy. So yeah, stupid little ball cup toy, but that's Degrader's thing, I guess.
So like the whole band is into it.
I put a lot of hours on that.
Yeah, we pull up. It's a sick time passer, and like people will like see us playing with him at the merch shop. Like, what's that? You know what I mean? Reel him in.
Yeah,
try it.
It's crazy how that's been taken over the last couple of years. Because I remember, the first time I kind of saw it for the most part. I mean, I think I saw it when I was very young. Like I knew it was around, but the first person that I would see like on the internet doing it a lot was Adam from No Jumper.
Yeah, I was gonna say that. The first time I saw them was on No Jumper years ago, and then I just never tried one until Liam put me on.
Yeah, and then but since then it's just been like, I don't know if you're.
The biggest thing for me in the beginning of quarantine, it just disconnected me from my phone. Like I would not give a fuck about my phone. I would just kendama all day.
Like
I would go outside.
You're just doing something, you know what I mean?
So many hours I put on that. That's now I haven't touched it because I think I burnt out and I kind of peaked on my skills. Like, but
I suck at kendama. I'm so bad. I
try. How many hours you got in there?
Dude, I have
a couple hours.
I have hours. I go for some advanced shit because I fucking grinded in quarantine.
How many YouTube videos have you guys looked up?
Not much. I'm just winging different tricks. If anything, I've seen him do stuff. I just try.
So how do you know the moves? You just like making shit up as you go, or you just like learning from other people?
You call the trick and just land it like big cup, small cup, and then try big cup, try small cup.
I don't know how to kendama, so that's why I'm like I'm genuinely intrigued on like how you learn the moves.
Shit. We play like horse, you know what I mean? Like somebody will call out, all right, I'm gonna go for the spike. That's horse, you know what I mean? Or like skate, basically, but with stupid fucking ball cup.
So okay, let's say 1 is like horrible and 10 is like God. Where does Degrader rank on the skills of kendama?
Liam never
All
laid.
of us as a unit.
That's not
I'm
true.
gonna say like an 8 out of 10.
Here, dude.
'Cause
I
Jay
feel
gets
like
it.
I'm a 6. A strong 6.
I was gonna say a 4.
You're a 4?
I was gonna say Liam was
Oh!
a 4.
Dude.
I'm like a 1.
Okay.
It's that. I'm not
Well,
even a
Liam's
1.
a 6. I'm a 3.
Oh, so Liam.
I think you're a 4.
Liam's a 4 and B.
I'll take a 4.
No. You've
Dude,
never
yeah.
seen me play. Dude, you are like a 0. You need to
Yeah.
practice, dude.
I suck
Oh
at
no,
that.
the band's gonna break up because there's gonna be a kendama riff. They're gonna get all. It's gonna be super beef.
Yeah.
Ken
I
gets
only have
hot.
that one. I never bought like a new one or anything. They have
I
these,
know,
like, pro
like,
models.
Dude,
I
they
don't.
vary in quality.
Yeah, I was gonna say like, what's the difference? Like, how do you know you got a good one or a bunk one?
He has like a longer string.
Yeah, the
and it's
string.
heavier.
I know. We need to
I
go.
have a fresh one in a box right here. I just keep it as like decorations in my little office.
I
just
mean,
'cause
they definitely
haven't-
look cool. You know what I mean?
No, yeah, they look. I have them up here just on display.
All right, so this is Saints.
That's mine.
For those who are just listening, they're just showing off their kendamas at this point.
Not right. So this one is I think it's a Boost Prime for
I don't know
the for the
what that
viewers
means.
at home. A Sweets Boost Prime.
This
And
was
is,
my this was my studio rig. This is what I had at
good
graphic.
one. He's got a good one.
Oh yeah, that
It's
was
like a waxy.
He's got a
The
good
ball's
one.
waxed, so it has some grip.
Yep, the sticky paint. So
Sticky
this is
grip.
just like regular paint, regular prime paint.
Yeah.
This one's got like sticky paint on it that makes it a little easier. The cups are a little bigger.
Bigger.
This one
Is that
He's-
frowned upon
it's
to
not
like?
cheating. It's
Is
just like
it frowned upon to do some
no.
stuff
That's
like
like saying that like I'm cheating because I own a Fender Strat and you own a Squire.
no.
You know what I mean?
Different
Get
levels.
out of here, dude.
that? Interesting, guys. Interesting. That's hilarious. So, was that the first time you picked up a kendama in a hot second, B?
Yeah, for sure. Hey, for me, it's like I have my baseline skills that, it's like riding a bike. You can kind of get that. But then there's like the tricky, like spin, catch. Those you gotta like warm up and like.
Dude, in a
have
way, yeah.
style.
How
thought
frustrating?
that it's
How
like-
frustrating is it to learn?
Very.
I think it can be very frustrating, but I really got into it in the beginning of quarantine where I had nothing but time, and I would also make it my routine where I would kind of escape the house, go smoke, and then kendama to try to like escape technology. So I would smoke and then not have anything to do besides just lock in on this ball into the cup. It's kind of like really relaxing. At one point,
I feel like
before
in a
the
way-
studio, I would like water my plants as I kendama. Like I got really zen with it.
I feel like in a way, like the learning curve is like synonymous to like skateboarding or something like that, where like, just putting it onto the spike, like that's your ollie. And if like you just want to like fool around with it and pass time, like that's cool. You can do that, like just like riding. But if you want to get like wicked into it and learn all the flip tricks and like get crazy with it, like you can do that
Yeah.
too.
I refer to it as like yo-yo.
Yeah, a lot of people do
yeah,
that too. I would say
exactly
the
like
same
yo-yo.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen it. I'm not gonna sit here and say I haven't been on the No Jumper website and just thought about buying one just to try it. But
No, yeah, some of them look really cool. Like I know the No Jumper. They did one where the ball was like the color of like the backwood.
oh yeah, they did like all of them.
Yeah, they did that. Sweets did like a Jordan collab, and they made like Jordan 1 colorway, and they made like an Easy colorway. Like they get really cool with it. Kind of like people like collecting like cause pieces or like different kind of art.
Yeah,
You can kind of use that the same way. That's how I have them. I have them displayed up there. Oh, kind of get a look. I have
bam.
a bunch of them up there.
So do you let's bring it back to like the band.
Merch.
How would you guys? Yeah, we could talk about merch. That's another. Yeah, but then that's an offshoot. We'll get to that. Let's talk about the sound of the band.
Didn't we?
I missed that. What's up?
We did
Sound
talk
of
about,
the band.
We did talk about merch, but yeah, let's talk about the sound of the band and like what to expect on the new record coming out. Is there anything like much different than the singles that were released earlier in 2020?
I would say, yeah.
Yes, and
Definitely some flavors. Yeah, I think in certain songs there's definitely some flavors of that EP, but a lot of these songs weren't written with like this is a continuation of this EP. It was just like let's like meet and write songs. So I think that's kind of where Beautiful Lie came together, where we didn't have really a goal in mind besides just to write songs, and the best of the songs of those bunch are what we worked on and finalized and ended up making the record.
yeah,
So sure. I think it is very different. There's some different trying not to be like, oh, it's the most different work we've ever done, but I think a lot of different style approaches to writing is what
I was just gonna say. It's the approach for sure.
Yeah, the style of writing. And then like Liam was getting at earlier, Matt was super involved in changing up the songs, and not in a destructive way. It was more so like his opinion, kind of like he joined the band for the time of making the record.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. Where like he was putting like his own like ideas as if he were like the second drummer of the band in a way. That was like he's an awesome drummer, and I think our drummer's pretty awesome too. So to see them like, I'm just gonna say, dude, I think he's sick, dude.
Pretty awesome.
Our drummer's fucking sick, dude. All right, dude, he's sick. So to see two sick drummers, I didn't want to be pompous, dude.
Pretty awesome, dude. Jay's
fucking,
a good guy,
yeah,
dude. You're
nasty.
talking bad on Jay, and he's not
And
even
I'm not
here.
talking bad on Jay, dude. Jay fucking rips up the tubs, dude. So to see two like really good drummers like collab on the record and see that push our songs forward was really cool. And like B said, I think it was really like a lot about the approach. I think there's like certain elements, just like whenever anybody picks up the guitar, they have like their go-to things. You know what I mean? So like I have my go-to things as a songwriter that will always kind of be my go-to. So those elements have like kind of always existed in Degrader, but it was about how we used them this time around versus like, you know, just writing the same song with a slow breakdown at the end, or doing something creative with our style this time and like using our strengths and like keep doing the things that we're good at and stop doing the things that we're bad at.
So that Lambgoat review actually got to you and changed.
No, it definitely did.
Changed the trajectory of the band.
Yeah, I think the key moments in band development is like when you fail or when you don't put out your best music and fans respond and you see the response and you're like, it's not what you hoped, and you're like, all right, we got to go back to the drawing board. Like, what did we do right? Let's do that again. What did we do wrong? Let's never fucking do that. That was stupid. And that's how you grow. You know what I mean? Every band goes through that period where they like don't drop their best music. You know what I mean? Understood. And I feel like you have to go through that to reach your best state and to reach your full potential.
For sure. For someone who's never heard the band before, how would you describe you guys? Like what influences, what musical influences would you say inspire the music that Degrader makes?
Oh, I think in terms of Beautiful Lie, the studio kind of influenced the sound. Like, it's hard to explain, but when you walk into Graphic Nature, you kind of just feel all the records that were made there. You kind of see the plaques, you see some guitars hanging out there, so you kind of just soak in that vibe. The roof is like some industrial looking thing. You kind of get lost, and you can look at the drum room has this cool lighting. So I honestly think the studio, just the energy that we got in the studio, shaped the songs or shaped the sound.
I wouldn't say like any one band or like different bands like influenced the record. More so is just like how we were feeling about life and about because that's what the record's about. It's about different feelings that like there aren't necessarily words to describe, but everybody feels them. And so it wasn't really like any, you know, I wasn't like listening to anything at the time and like, oh, I'm inspired by this, I'm going to do something like this. It was just more like, wow, I feel this way. How would I put that into a song? And that was kind of like the approach on the whole record. It's like very much a concept record.
Songwriting based.
Feelings and how you feel and how you portray that and how we like express that to each other.
That's cool and all. But
I don't think that answers the question, though. Yeah, it doesn't.
Sorry.
Yeah, I'm thinking.
Damn, I guess I got sidetracked.
It if no one had like heard of you, like if someone's not heard of you guys, how would you describe your sound?
I did answer the question. What are you talking about?
No. Because I was thinking while you were talking, like I still got to come up with an answer.
Yeah.
Oh man, I thought it was
No, I mean, like I understand how you could have got it. Like you probably could have taken it the wrong way.
Heavier riffs, some fast, punky kind of parts. That
yeah. It's
metalcore, bro.
It's so hard for us to describe our own sound. I feel like I did by talking about like we write how we feel. I don't know, and you're just gonna hear that. I don't know how else to put it. Basically, is what I'm saying. Like I can't like think like I mean it's metal.
Mm-hmm.
I can say that.
It as a sound.
Yeah, I know it's metal. It's emotive metal. That's what I would say. It's gonna make you feel a type of way if you're listening in the right mindset. You know what I mean?
No, for sure. Yeah.
There's a lot of melodic emphasis on like heavy melodies. I feel like it's like a lot of down-tuned guitars, like you hear in a lot of modern metalcore, but with more of like a melodic spin on it. Yeah, maybe that's a better answer.
How much do you guys spend in post-production? Because you guys seem to have like a lot of like effects. Are those done like live triggered somehow, or do you guys add those in post?
I mean, we run backtracks and stuff like bass drops and stuff. I feel like as far as production goes, a lot of the modern metalcore bands like that are playing like the similar style music to us have more of a raw approach, and we have a little more like process approach, like a band like Attack is like the first thing that came to mind. That's like a super process band, like more of like closely related to that.
What did you think about the new Attack song that came out?
I didn't even listen to it.
Yeah, I haven't gotten to check that out yet.
I'm all set. But I do think that the last Attack record was the best one, which is a hot take. This Means War. That record's sick. Like right before Beartooth. Have you heard that record? That record's so good.
The only one I remember is the one with like the weird stickers looking cover. The one that had like the.
That's the one
that one's mad old.
Back in the day.
See, I didn't really listen to that one all that much. I listened to Self-Titled a lot, and This Means War.
Yeah, that was like the introduction to Crabcore for me.
Everyone knows that song. As far as the new Attack goes, I feel like I loved Attack so much. I'm like afraid to listen to it and be disappointed.
In all fairness, I've only heard the first couple seconds of it, and I don't know. It wasn't for me. That's all.
Respect. Hashtag respectfully.
Yeah. It just isn't for me.
Let them know.
So do you guys pay attention to your merch quality and stuff because of your audience, but do you guys personally like do anything fashionably? Like do you like collect Jordans or like streetwear? Do you collect on Depop and stuff like that?
Yeah, I actually have like a cool little shrine over here, but this is a desktop. I can show you, but yeah, I like I grew up in high school. Before I had a job, I would buy Jordans and resell them and buy a couple and post them up. And I still kind of sometimes just buy some clothes, see if I can make money off it on like online selling on StockX or different kind of things. Yeah. But yeah, I'm a kind of a snob now on quality stuff. Might not look like it at the moment. I'm chilling at the crib, but yeah.
Nice. Yeah, I do sometimes also buy like 2 pairs of sneakers and sell one for sure.
Yeah, if the opportunity is there, it's like kind of a no-brainer. Makes the money back. It's instant.
People do hate on that
if you get the right thing.
Shoes are wanted most of those times. Those items are wanted, but I've definitely like camped out on the Supreme website on Thursdays.
Oh yeah, like I got this Bape and OBO collab that I'm just sitting on. Like I can open it and wear it, or I could just. If I ever need some quick cash, I can make a couple $100.
Yeah.
I didn't know you were on that type of shit.
Huh?
I didn't know you were on that wave, dude.
It's a hustle, for sure.
I had no idea.
I have friends that...
He's a hype beast.
yeah, for sure. I have friends that also like buy... I have a friend that buys NASCAR tees for like on the low on Depop. And
then, those sell.
Then literally flips them around and sells them for like $50.
NASCAR tees, dude.
I don't know.
What is with... I don't get it.
I don't either. I even asked him.
They
He has
super
no idea.
like, is that a hot come up if you find a NASCAR shirt at the thrift store?
Yeah, there was this kid. There was this kid that would buy like 18 of his shirts at a time and spend hundreds of dollars. It was crazy.
NASCAR shirts?
Yeah, all NASCAR shirts.
Are they worth something?
They're just like vintage NASCAR shirts. They're like old. Like,
yeah,
so
I just think it's like a niche thing. Like you gotta just know what's gonna hit.
They're like 20 years old.
I know people who full time thrift and make a good living off of
it. Yeah. He saw that one show on Netflix with the wild character that also has like a store that does he flips stuff. I can't remember his fucking name right now, but anyway, my boy saw that and he decided he's gonna start flipping tees. So.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Different strokes for different folks. There's money to be made everywhere. There's little hustles.
Strokes for different folks.
How much is that vape thing worth?
I'm not sure. Couple hundred at least.
What's the magic number for you?
To get rid of it? I think I'm gonna keep it.
How long have you had it? How long have you had it for?
I think I got it like in November, but I've also not done shit where I felt like, I kind of want to wear nicer stuff. I've been just working and going straight home.
Right, I get you.
Who knows? We have some photo shoots coming up for promos. I might break it out. But I just know like it's a good little.
Oh, you should do some research over there.
I know.
What's StockX running right now?
How much could you sell that for right now?
How much did you buy it for? How much did you
I was actually gifted it, so it's a come up either way. When I gifted it, someone like
you can't just sell it.
No.
Yeah, I hope they watch this and then they're like, hey, I got beat that.
Probably with a sticker.
433.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna keep it, but it makes me feel good that I had like a security $400 I can make right there.
Yeah, right.
I don't know.
It's the same with like vinyl and stuff. I buy like limited vinyl in the hopes that it'll increase in value later.
Yeah, you never know,
dude.
Like, I don't need to open it.
You'll buy that for $700 if you play your cards right.
Hey, there are hypebeats out there that would do that on Depop, I'm sure.
I'm saying
that's too much for a sweatshirt.
Of course it is, but there are people out there that like that stuff, and it's.
I'm gonna just show them the collectible from the closet.
Oh shit! Here we go. Oh, I got mine too.
I don't know what happened to mine.
It's at my house.
A Degrader Bruins jersey.
Wow, you have mine?
Yeah,
that's sick.
How did you get? How'd you get the custom front?
Dude,
I have no idea. This is their thing.
So
I was gifted this when I joined the band.
Oh, nice.
It was like my jersey for real,
dude. So funny little story. We knew this. If you rewind the band, like
so. Anyway, hold on, time out. Describe what that was. It was a Bruins hockey jersey. Boston Bruins hockey
it's like
jersey.
A super official like NHL jersey, except with
like
the
if you
patch.
were in a hockey team, you could put it on and play with it. You know what I mean? Like it's a real jersey. This dude. I think it's Above the Sky Productions. I got to shout that out. I don't know if he still does them or not. But so if you rewind the band, like to our origins, we're from the South Shore of Massachusetts, about like 30 minutes south of Boston. And two of the dudes who were in the band just like knew this dude, and we kind of always like bounced around the ideas of doing these jerseys with him. He does these jerseys. He's like very in tune with like the EDM scene. He's done jerseys for like Bass Nectar.
Yeah.
But he just like lived like a town over from me. You know what I mean? And then, like, fast forward, the Bruins were in the playoffs, and they were having an awesome playoff run. And I'm just a big hockey fan. And I was like, dude, we have to do Bruins jerseys through that guy. And I hit him up, and he did them. We did a pre-order. They're super nice quality. Like, they're official. So
they're really nice.
We didn't make any money off them. We, like, charged exactly, like, what it would cost just to make them. It was, like, pricey. But we just, like, it was a thing, like, if you want to get in on this, and do them, let's do them. And they sold pretty well, actually. I think we moved like about 50 of them. And we got like custom ones. Everybody who's in the band got their own like name on the back and their own number. But the rest of them just say Degrader and I think 18. Is it 18?
Yeah. Is that the year you made them?
Yeah, that was the year we made them.
Yeah, it looked quality for sure.
So we've been bouncing around the idea of doing some new jerseys pretty soon. Different Boston team. We'll see.
I have to admit, Boston is my most hated sports city of all time. I just like every team.
Respect.
Sorry, it's my city. Who are your teams? Are you a Yankees guy?
Absolutely not. I am a Rays fan, though.
Oh.
So I'm a big Rays fan. I also like the Lightning. I lived in Tampa for a hot second.
Oh.
So I love the Lightning, and we won.
Destroyed every year.
Yeah, but we won this past year, so it's all good.
But I do love Steven Stamkos, dude. He's nasty.
Yeah,
I have a lot of respect for him.
He's very sick, for sure.
Dude, I was watching that game when he broke his leg. I was like watching it live. I was like, yo, that was nuts.
Yeah, and we won it without him because he didn't really play.
Yeah.
But
dude, he fucking fell on the ice and his leg hit the post. And
cracked it.
Because some dude crashed into him like behind, dude. He's on a breakaway. He's like, I'm Steven Stamkos.
And just impaled the goalpost. But yeah, so then Orlando Magic basketball team and my hometown Jacksonville Jaguars. So I really dislike the Patriots.
Dude, that's fine. I don't care.
Miles Jack wasn't down, so
the only sport I don't really care for, which is weird to be from New England. Like everybody's such a Patriot head. I just like really can't stand football.
It is what it is. I've gotten to like baseball a lot more than football, even though I grew up loving football.
Sure.
But baseball's kind of my shit. And I grew up, even though I grew up in Florida, I'm half Canadian. My family's from Canada, so I was always intrigued with hockey. So I've been a hockey fan for most of my life. I played it when I was younger and everything.
Yeah, I worked at an ice rink for a couple of years when I was in high school, so very familiar with the ice. No, I never. Well, I got involved in
figure skating.
The ice rink that I worked at, they had like a little league, so I got involved in like getting extra hours, like helping around and shit. But I never physically played myself. No.
It was the most fun sport that I've ever played.
Yeah, I'd be down to play it.
I imagine you for the
You guys haven't had a Degrader ice skating date yet?
No, I want to do it though because I hear how excited he gets, and I'm like, "Yo, I have some ice skills."
Dude,
like,
Can you skate?
Yeah, I can skate.
Yeah, I feel like that's like swimming for us up here. Everybody from New England can kind of skate for the most part. I feel like.
Yeah, I mean, I can skate.
You gotta hit it, bro.
Let's go. Well, the next time we're in Jacksonville, I don't know if Jay can skate.
There's the next. That's the next promo
good
picture.
At everything, I wouldn't.
You gotta get him some milk crates.
Dude, he's gonna watch this and be like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah, right.
Jay on the milk crates. There you have it, folks.
Dude, yeah, that'll be all right.
What does that even mean?
Maybe he does know how to skate. Maybe
all right, if you went to like an open skate at a rink, they like for the kids who sucked at skating, they'd be like 2 milk crates stacked on top of each other,
and then skate.
Like a wheeler or something, like a walker. Okay.
Yeah, like a walker, like an assist.
We don't have that kind of thing down here in Florida. We just have like ice rinks and people that know how to skate kind of go, or
just go skate, right?
Or they learn while they're there.
Like
you know,
hockey thing. I don't know.
They're just like huddling on the wall.
Yeah.
Yeah, the milk crates.
I guess. I
Yeah.
can't hockey style stop. That's one thing I can't do.
Oh, I'm nasty at that. That's what I'm good at.
I can't spray ice or nothing like that.
I can spray. That was like the flex of people who work at the ice rink. Like they would really fast.
Do you practice after hours? Did you like practice after hours? It's like for like, you know, the lights are coming off and only the rink's lights are on and you're just over there like learning how to like
No,
skate.
but what we did do that made us feel cool is like in between sessions when the Zamboni will go around, we'll fucking skate with and like pass the puck around like we played hockey. No, like I don't fucking
sick.
Hockey. But all the people who like didn't work there had to go like back to rentals and shit. So we just looked like the super elite skaters of Jersey City. The whole time I'm like fucking ass. Like someone who knows anything about hockey gets on this ice is gonna like shit on me. I don't know. That was 16-year-old me.
Nice. Well, we are about that time to like kind of wrap it up. Is there anything else you guys, you know, want to give a shout out to or have anything else you'd like to kind of spill the beans on other than the record coming out March 3rd, correct?
Yeah, just be on the lookout. All our new stuff is going to be rolling out soon. you're gonna start seeing. If you could just tag our socials, Liam, what are they?
Oh, Degrader MA.
Degrader_MA or Degrader MA?
Degrader_MA.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
they'll also be in the show notes.
Sorry, I was thinking about what I wanted to wrap up with. I spaced.
Yeah, no, but just
say.
keep up on our socials. Everything will start coming to light in the next coming weeks and then in the next months.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, that's about it.
Hell yeah.
This is
Fuck yeah.
fun.
Thank you for having us, Lurk, dude.
Yeah.
You're more than welcome, my friend.
This is my first podcast. I'm an avid podcast listener, so I'm going to definitely dive back into your catalog and wait for this episode to come out. I'm excited.
It'll be out next week, but I've had some very interesting bangers on this podcast, but that's just me as a fan and also the host speaking. So I've got some of my favorites over the year and a half, 2 years that have been really very interesting to me. So
how'd we rank from a 1 to 10?
Probably like a 6.
Probably like a 0.
I mean, this one's been. Obviously, we don't know each other. You know what I mean? Like, this is the thing about the podcast. Like, we don't know each other. We're just we're meeting for the first time. Like, you called me like 3 minutes before we went live. You know what I mean? So like, we don't really get to know each other other than this podcast. So like, it's fun and it was easy to go. I mean, it's been an hour, so it goes by kind of quick. So it was. I don't rank them, so to speak, but like,
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to put the pressure on you. I was just fucking with you.
No. I don't rank them or anything like that, but it's a good one and it's an easy one and like it's interesting. There's things that I genuinely found intriguing and asked you guys about. There's different guests. I don't know. You may find this out, if you listen to the back catalog, that it may sound harder to have an interview with. That's just it.
For sure. No, yeah, I kind of went into this trying to. I hope we weren't boring, but yeah,
chilled, man. We chilled for an hour and it was sick.
No, it was good. It was good stuff. So
we learned that he's a hype beast. Like I didn't know that before.
See,
now we know
we're growing. We're growing as a group of people, and you're connecting. You're connecting with your fans. That's the goal.
Yeah.
That's the goal of the podcast, man. That's the goal.
Let's go.
I'm glad to be a part of it.
Shout out Vanflip.
Thanks, guys.
Word. Thank you for having us, too.